Hi Siddhappa and welcome to my channel Complemental Economics, and today's topic socialist economic characteristics. In previous video of mine we've already discussed about capital economy. So if you want to understand what is capitalist economy and the scarcity, central problems of economy, you have to see our previous videos. So now I am just started with the socialist economy. This video about the socialist economy features your characteristics. First of all, you have to understand what is socialist economy is all about. The socialist, the word actually the concept brought by two people, that is Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels. So when they came with one of their the book, which is Communist Manifesto, in the year of 1848, they mentioned about the socialist economy. In that they say, in this particular economy, the production, the factories, machineries, capital, mines, everything, the whole community, whatever they're going to own, it is completely a state owned. The state owned, that means everything is owned by the government sector. In this kind of economy, all the decisions like what to produce, how to produce, all the decisions are taken by socialist economy itself, otherwise government. Yeah, 99% of the role it will be for the government sector. On the other side, everybody will be having equal rights here. It can be for the education, it can be for the production, it can be for using any of the asset. So everybody is having the equal rights in this kind of economy. These kind of economy are differently named like command economy, centrally planned economy. What is command economy? The command economy means the government is going to command over the economy, so it's called command economy. And centrally planned economy, centrally the one particular state, which is called as a government, is going to control whole economy and all the decisions are taken by them, so that's why it's called even centrally planned economy. In this kind of economy, the most important objective of the socialist economy is welfare of the society. They work for what is good for the society, and the things which are not good for the society, that won't be done. So it is completely the socialist economy, they are completely working for welfare of the society, community. So when it comes to characteristics, we have the 6 characteristics. First one, let me talk about collective ownership. What is the meaning of collective ownership here? So in this case, all the properties, all the wealth, all the assets, completely it is owned by government sector. Few exceptions are there. Any firm is very smaller and any organization is very much small. In this kind of a situation, we say that yes, it can be owned by a private sector, but the maximum ownership, it is in the hand of a government. So that's why the collective ownership, every property, it is in the hand of government sector. So in this kind of economy, the self-interest and profit is completely ignored. So because we think about the welfare of the society, in this case we are going to ignore what is our own interest and how to get more and more profit. So this completely ignored in this kind of economy, because completely we are thinking about the collective ownership, a government, how they are going to create a welfare in the economy. The second one, what we have, that is economic planning. What is the meaning of economic planning here? So that means we have a central planning authority. They are the one, they set few plans and strategy. They are going to follow that only which is good for socio-economy of the country. That's the reason why it is called a centrally planned economy, because central planning authority is going to set few goals which is good for the society, for the economy, that will be followed, and all the decisions are taken by like what to produce, how to produce, completely by the central planning authority. That's why it's called economic planning. And the third one says absence of consumer choice. So in this one, freedom to hunger, it is guaranteed. Like the people who are hunger, so they are not getting the basic needs. The basic needs will be fulfilled, but the basic needs will be fulfilled, it doesn't mean that they can purchase whatever they need. The government is going to produce few of the goods. In those goods they can pick whatever they want, but out of that for them they have a restrictions. So for an example, government is producing chocolates, biscuits and ice cream. They can choose in these three between. They can go for chocolates, they can go for biscuits, they can go for ice cream. Instead of that, if they want the watches, instead of that they want the juice, ignore the watch. If they want, instead of this, if they want the juice, that cannot be produced. So they have to pick in these three only. So that's the reason why it says absence of consumer choice. At the same time, the people who are working, their work is guaranteed, they can work, but that too the government is going to offer few of the job opportunities. In that they can pick whichever they want. Out of that they cannot go behind the choices which is given by the government. So that's why it says absence of consumer choice. The fourth one, relatively equal income distribution. The income what we have in the economy, that completely equally distributed. How come it is relatively equally distributed? Because the economy, they never think about dividing any of the section of people into two different classes like rich and poor. They don't want to bring these kind of wars in the economy, class wars which is called as, which we have seen in the capitalist economy. They don't want this. Because of that, whatever the people going to earn here, relatively equally it is distributed to the people who are in the economy. So it can be wealth, it can be money, it can be anything that will be equally distributed. So private capital is not entertained at all. The private sector is ignored completely in this sector. Hardly 1% the private sector will be there. Because of that, there is no chances of inequality. Equally income will be distributed in the economy, which socialist economy do. And the fifth one says minimum role of price mechanism are market forces. There is no option like we have a price mechanism. Price mechanism we see usually in the capitalist economy. Supply and the demand is going to decide. The market forces, what we call, they are the one who is going to decide what will be the supply, what will be the demand, what will be the price of that good in the economy. But in this kind of economy, socialist economy, price mechanism is completely absent. So we ignore as a secondary option this one. Price will be fixed by the administrated prices. So that means government only going to fix the prices, government only going to decide the good, government only going to decide what will be the quantity, which good, everything will be decided by the government only. So that's the reason here minimum role of price mechanism, because it's a secondary option when it comes to disposal and stocks. Whenever we have to dispose the stock, only in that time we think about the price mechanism. Otherwise, all the time the price will be fixed by government, and each and every activity of a price mechanism, it is done by government only. So there is no there is no role of price mechanism. And the last one, absence of competition. What is the meaning of absence of competition here? The absence of competition means there is no competition, because completely everything is produced by the government. When government only producing everything, who is a competitor for them? So no one, none. So that's why we call it as the absence of a competition. Solo entrepreneur, he is the only one, the government only producing each and everything in this economy. So completely absence of competition. So I think because of this, quality and quantity of goods also going to decrease. So let's talk about that in the merits and demerits of it. When it comes to, if I have to give an example, the USSR, so Union Soviet Socialist Russia, so that's a best example for socialist economy from 1970s. But right now, whichever the country who's saying they're socialist, it is not completely pure socialist, but still few of the countries, they are following the socialist economy, like Vietnam, China, Cuba and the North Korea. So these are the few of the countries which they say they are socialist economy, but the complete socialist economy which is followed by, that was only by USSR. And now the question comes like what to produce. In this kind of economy, what they are going to produce? they're going to produce only those goods which is very necessary for the society. Only those goods will be produced which is very necessary for the society. Without that, surviving will be completely impossible. Only that good will be produced by the government. And how many? It depends on the needs again. The government is going to see, it's going to analyze how many people they need this good, because it's a basic necessary. It's not a luxurious to demand more. It's a basic necessary. So on the basis of the government analysis, they're going to decide only couple of goods which will be produced, which is really demanded by the economy, that will be completely basic necessaries like food, shelter, clothes, the education, sanitation, health sector. These are the things which will be completely produced by the sector. Which technique they're going to use? How they are going to produce? Maximum, the countries who completely involve themselves in the socialist economy, they always thinks about the welfare of the society, welfare of the community. Because of that, to create a welfare, they have to go with labor intensive technique, because if they follow the labor intensive technique, they can create more and more employment opportunity. The people who are in the economy, for them they can create more employment opportunities. Because of that, their income and the standard of living also going to increase. For that reason, for the public welfare, for the society's welfare, labor intensive technique will be adopted. Whom to produce? The basic necessary maximum, it is produced for the poor people. The poor people, they are the one who struggling for the basic needs also. The goods and services which is produced by the socialist economy, it is completely, they are concentrating on the poor people, and they are going to ignore the rich people in this sector. And the price, when it comes to the prices will be very much cheaper, and whatever the price will be fixed, it will be fixed by the government only. So I hope you got the point, like what to produce, how to produce, for whom to produce. So this is the way how through this economic system they are trying to solve the scarcity problem. If you have got the point, please subscribe and share. Thank you so much.